What's up guys, we're back with another video, and guys, I'm so excited to talk about what we got going on today. Now, a few days ago Nintendo dropped their Nintendo Direct, focusing on not games but the Nintendo Museum. And guys, I'm so excited to just talk about this and share this with you guys. We have Miyamoto here again, showing us around the museum and just telling us about some of the history of Nintendo. So guys, let's just jump into it. This is Moody Gamer 95 and let's do it. So guys, yeah, as you can see here, we have Miyamoto-san showing us the new Nintendo Museum that has just been built in Kyoto, Japan. And I gotta say, it's exciting to see what they're gonna showcase, what they're gonna show here. And I'm pretty sure, like any Nintendo fan, we're so invested in this thing, guys. So let's take a look. And as we can see here, like, it's just cool. It's really cool. Like you got big controllers hanging on the ceiling. You got this block, and you know, as you can see in the background there, we have all of these games from I'm guessing from each console generation. We got the DS, we got the Wii, the GameCube, the Nintendo 64, and they're probably going to show so much more. I mean, as we think about what a museum is, you know, they're going to be showing off a lot of history. They're going to have stuff behind, you know, sealed glass that we can't touch, but things we can see. But I mean, this is still pretty amazing. Like, a lot of fans are going to be interested in what they have to showcase here. A lot of us have the games, a lot of us care about a lot of their old school games as much as their new school games. So yeah, we're gonna just let Miyamoto just take us around and see what they got and what they're working on here. Yeah, you know, Nintendo was founded 135 years ago. Isn't that crazy? Nintendo's been around since the 1800s. That's old. That's a really long time. And so yeah, Nintendo, they definitely got roots here for sure. And as a Japanese company, they have really changed the game, even for us here in America, and how we game, you know. So yeah, let's take a quick look at the exhibits, and we'll have Miyamoto show us around. And I gotta say, guys, this is just cool. I mean, they got the Super Famicom right there next to the Super Nintendo. They got both the Japanese and the American version here. This is cool. You know, I'm honestly, I'm just geeking out about all this, to be honest. Like, this is not a scripted video, you know. I'm just kind of going off top here, but like, look at this. They got the NES here, and so not only that, but even like looking at the box art, they have it from the different regions. One from Japan, they got one on they even have the PAL version as well as the North American version. And I gotta say, that's pretty sick, guys. That's pretty sick. And I just wonder, has Nintendo been holding on to this stuff for this long? Have they just been keeping it there, or wherever they keep it? Either way, I think it's just pretty cool that we get to see this. Wow, they got, it looks like that Namco Museum, Super Mario Brothers 2. Okay, and that's really cool, since so like each speaker, whatever TV you want to go to, it's gonna play that specific music. So that's kind of one way that they're going to get really interactive with this. Their evolution of movement products that we can see, I think that looks really cool. I still really want to play Wii Fit. I've played it a little bit, but I haven't gone too deeply into it. The history of, there we go. The history of Mario Brothers. Super Mario World is one of my favorites to this day. Super Mario Land is actually one of my favorites on the Game Boy. I don't know, there's something about the music to that first game I just really adore. Sunshine to Galaxy to 3D World to Odyssey. This is amazing. Whoa. It's really easy to forget that, you know, back in the day, like Nintendo, before they were making video games, they were making a whole bunch of stuff. They were really known for making toys and their Japanese Hanafuda cards. I probably said it wrong, but look at this. They got a baby stroller in there. That's something I never knew Nintendo made, was a baby stroller. They got chess games in there, RC cars, pitching machines, different friendly toys. They even have play guns. Yeah, and I gotta say, like, this, I gotta give it to Nintendo. This is actually really cool. I never thought that I'd see a Nintendo museum. You know, I've always wanted them to have an amusement park, and they made that. But here they're bringing a whole museum that we can really see all the stuff that they created. I've never seen a gaming company do something like this, and it's pretty cool. Even how they renovated the structure at the beginning of this video, we saw how the, you know, the warehouse and the building used to have all those trucks there, but now it's just like transformed into just a really cool Mario themed like place in a museum actually, and it's just pretty incredible to see what Nintendo has been up to and how much they built this legacy over all these years, guys. Now it looks like the museum, they have 2 different floors. Miyamoto showed us what was on the 2nd floor. Now he's going to take us to the 1st floor, and wow, so they have this really cool screen down there, and it looks like it's going to be really interactive. Okay, so it's going to be kind of like a smartphone interactive floor, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, so the 1st floor is going to be full of interactive experiences for us to enjoy. Right on, that's pretty sick. Honestly, like I never really knew what to think about when it came to a Nintendo museum. I just thought we were gonna go inside and walk around and not being able to touch things. You know, in most museums they always say, you know, don't touch things. Don't touch things, you know. But I just think it's really cool to see how Nintendo is really actually saying like, hey, we want you guys to try this stuff out. We want you guys to come and enjoy and actually play. You know, Nintendo has always been about that and finding new ways to innovate, and here they are innovating how museums work, and I think that's pretty cool. And now, I'm not going to say all museums are just non-touchable, but a lot of museums that I go to, you know, you just kind of walk through and just look. So I really like that Nintendo's allowing the fans to actually, like, you know, have fun with the museum, you know. And so I think this is really cool. What Miyamoto is showing us here is they have playrooms built in the museum, and he's only going to show us about 3 of them, but I think it's really cool that they actually have specific areas built specifically for you to play, and I think that's quite room. But now look at the setup to these rooms. By the way, the setup to these rooms are like really cool. They look like real nostalgic old bedrooms, so they're really gonna play on like some really old school, like, you know, you're like a child in your bedroom, and it's just built for you to play, so it feels comfortable, and it makes you kind of want to play, and I think that's really cool. Now I gotta admit, what this is shocked me. So I was actually scared that Miyamoto was gonna swing at something inside this room and break the stuff, but actually everything inside the room is built for you to hit it, and I think that's really cool. It's all interactive here, guys, all interactive. Every time that ball hits something, it's gonna cause something to move or to spin, like those bottles or the copy machine or the printer machine. And this is really cool too. Nintendo, they actually revolutionized the railgun shooter, like the zapper on the NES, and so they're gonna bring this into a bigger scale here, and I just think that's really cool. Wow, yeah, I never thought that we'd see something like this, guys, from Nintendo. It's honestly, like, I don't really have much to say, and I know I'm starting to sound really redundant here, but I just wanted to get online and just express some of my thoughts. I mean, overall, I think from what I'm seeing about this museum here is that, yeah, it's just pretty unique. I mean, that's like the best thing I can say. Like, as a Nintendo fan, sure, I might be biased with my opinion, but I mean, honestly, it just looks really fun. You know, I get to see a whole lot of their games, the stuff that probably they'll show things that they never brought over to the United States, you know, and so there's a lot of stuff in Japan that Japan only received, and there might be some things that went to Europe, you know, and I really like to see all this stuff and see the differences between the box art between games, or the differences between the consoles, as we saw with the Famicom and the NES. And guys, it's just really unique. And I definitely want to go and explore this one day if I get to go to Japan, because I really would like to play some of these interactive games. This railgun shooter, like, you know, you're taking Duck Hunt and you're making it 10 times bigger. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I just really want to experience this. I haven't even gotten a chance to go to the Super Nintendo World yet. And I think that's pretty sad. And I'm such a huge fan, but I have not gone to the theme park yet, and I really got to change that. But guys, now this is the part that really had me going crazy. Now they had these big controllers at the top floor, on the second floor, as we saw earlier in the video. But guys, they also have these really big remotes on the bottom floor, and these remotes is where you can actually play them. But not only that, but Nintendo wants you to actually have fun with other people, so you can, the controllers are so big, 2 people can play one game. And I gotta say, it's pretty fun. I'm not expecting any hardcore playing here, but I wouldn't be surprised by the gamers. But as we see with Miyamoto here, and just one of the workers here, they're playing Super Mario Brothers together, and I just think that's really cool. This is something I really would love to experience with maybe my siblings, my wife, you know. Yeah, this is really cool. And the thing that really has me curious is, how are they going to do the Wii? That's what I want to know. You know, as we know, the Wii it's all motion control, you know. So how are they going to build motion control to have 2 people play that? And I really want to see what they did to make this magic happen. I do want to give it to the developers behind this, because, you know, they probably had they had to think outside the box to create something like this. Honestly, it's really cool. Yeah. And guys, I'm not going to speak too much on it, but oh, look at that. So they can see with the Wii, you got to move it. And as we can see, some guys here, they're actually holding the controller and tilting it to replicate the motion control. That's actually pretty cool. And well, that's just the Wii, but imagine the Joy-Cons. Like, I want to see how is that gonna work. Maybe they might need like more than 2 people to use the Joy-Cons, guys. I mean, but yeah, all in all, this was a really cool showcase. I'm really happy with what Nintendo showed here. I hope that I get to experience this museum maybe with my wife, and we'll get to go together and just check it out and have a good time. It looks like they have like a lunch area, and there's just so much stuff to see. They're gonna have shops, merchandise, and yeah, guys, so who knows what they're gonna reveal in the future. But guys, I'm just so happy to be able to cover this. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I want to know, are you guys excited for the Nintendo Museum? And yeah, whatever you guys want to see, like, write it down in the comment section below and let me know what your thoughts are about all this. Guys, Nintendo's gonna have a museum. It's gonna open October 2nd, and if you can get to Kyoto, Japan, I would suggest checking it out. And if you do, leave me a message, say, hey, I went to the museum, and yeah, let me know, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.